If you've missed any of the earlier episodes of the Great Tastes series and want to see the shows and get all the recipes, go to greattastesmb.ca. Watch them when you want to watch them.
Welcome back to Great Tastes of Manitoba. So we've made a pork recipe, beef recipe made with milk, and now we're doing a chicken penne primavera, getting that milk in there for a little added nutrition. So here we go. Where are we starting?
Okay, we're gonna start off by preparing our vegetable medley and our diced chicken breast.
Yep.
Okay, so what we've done is we've tossed our vegetables in a little bit of oil, and then we've tossed our chicken in a little bit of oil, some Italian seasoning, some garlic powder.
Nice.
And then we're going to put those in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, and we're gonna do something else in the meantime.
Just
so
let
that
it
just
go.
sort of frees up our time and energy for something else.
Those beautiful vegetables again, peak of the market. Thank you.
And by roasting them, we really do enhance the flavor of those vegetables. So
Awesome.
a really, really nice tip.
Roasted vegetables are great.
Okay, so once those are in the oven, we're gonna move on to making our white sauce.
Do you mean roux?
Yes, we're gonna make a roux, that's right. So we've got our onions and our garlic sauteing here very nicely. So I'll get you to mix that up.
Sure.
And then we're gonna add our flour, which helps us to make our roux.
That's my new name for you, Saru.
So equal parts butter and flour to make our roux.
Lovely.
And so once that's all incorporated, we are going to switch up to our whisk, and then we're going to use our milk to make that white sauce.
All right,
Okay, so we've got
I'm
about
ready.
2 cups of milk here. So again, the trick is to add a little bit at a time so that we don't get lumps inside of our roux.
You know what? I know this probably sounds a bit ridiculous, but I actually will never forget the first time I made roux with you, because mine always ended up kind of icky, like kind of just lumpy or whatever. And it's just that, you know, the whole process of adding it in so slowly is really what makes a difference. And seems so simple in retrospect, but at the time I didn't really realize that. And that's one of the reasons why I love this show. I've learned so much. And I'm sure that people watching have as well.
Yeah, patience is absolutely key with this one, but
Not my strong suit, so that's why I'm glad you helped me along with that, Sarah.
You're right. And so then once we get all of that in there, we are going to bring it to a low boil, or once again a simmer.
Yep.
And then it's going to thicken up really nicely, and then we can add some other ingredients. So we actually already have a thickened version ready to go, and you can see it's nice and thick, you know, almost like an Alfredo sauce.
Sure.
So we're going to add some mozzarella to our sauce.
Okay.
So while I'm adding the mozzarella, I've already got some of those vegetables and the chicken breast in the oven, so I'll get you to get into there and pull those out. So our mozzarella is going to go in there, and it's also going to continue thickening our sauce. So we're going to give it a couple minutes to melt there. So the addition of the cheese as well as the Manitoba milk really once again helps to increase the nutritional value of this meal. Not to mention all the vegetables that we have in there and some protein from our chicken. So this really is a complete meal. And again, a really easy meal that you can throw together after work. Makes a lot. And then you can have leftovers, which is fantastic.
The best.
Okay, so it looks like our cheese is all incorporated into there. So our sauce is ready to go.
Okay.
So I'm going to,
Is it super hot?
no, it's okay.
Okay.
Pick this up, and I'm going to try to get it into our pot of penne noodles, which we've already pre-cooked. So I'll get you to slide that in there. Yeah, thank you. Some reinforcement. All right, there we go. Okay, and that's the one nice reason that we use the parchment paper or the foil.
What did we do before parchment
I know,
paper?
right?
I don't.
There we go. Slide that in. That was a much better transfer.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna mix it up. I'll get you actually to pour our sauce in here while I continue mixing.
Oh, how lovely is that?
Isn't it? Okay.
Just eat that.
There we go.
All right.
And it smells so amazing with that Italian seasoning we've got in there. Look at all that gooey cheese.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. I guess I'm just hearing my mother's voice in my head. Get every little last bit out of the pot.
You don't want to miss any of that delicious dairy goodness, right? So we'll get that all mixed up. So if you really wanted to, you could add some Parmesan cheese on top of this, and then you could throw it in the broiler, or you could serve it just like this.
Yeah, that's so. And the other thing I'm wondering is, like, you've used penne. Any kind of pasta will do.
Oh yeah, I've used macaroni.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to use like a spaghetti or fettuccine, you could do that as well. But I think that penne is a really nice thing to use, and it makes it really easy to mix up, right?
Okay. So if you were going to broil it, like how would you do that? You just put the cheese on top.
I would put the cheese on top. I don't know if I would use the Parmesan cheese for that. I might use even more mozzarella cheese because you've already got it for the recipe.
Right.
Put it under the broiler for, 5 minutes or so. I'm really bad with broiling. I have to watch it. I get distracted.
I was like, I wonder why we're not broiling it. Now we know why.
Yes, that's right.
That's the thing. Like you cannot, and I've done this. Almonds are terrible, anything, but especially nuts. It's like you turn away for like 2 seconds and it's over. It's like you really have to watch it. But you know what? I think probably would be worth it, right? With a dessert, a meal like this, because then you've got that nice crusty cheese thing happening on top.
It sort of like increases the yum factor when you've got some broiled cheese on top.
Yeah,
right?
but it is, you do have to be patient. You do have to, can't wander away and cut the grass and then come back and, hope that things are okay in the oven. All right, so there we go. Oh, it's beautiful. And you can see the beautiful color peeking through. That's our Chicken Penne Primavera. So, a little curious, as I'm sure you are as well, what Aaron specifically will do. He gave us a little hint at the beginning of the show, but we're going to come back and do our beverage pairings. Don't go away. Here on Great Tastes of Manitoba.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by Manitoba Liquor Mart. Enjoy responsibly.